Hello friends, in this video we are discussing about making of the Indian Constitution. Firstly, what the demand for the Constituent Assembly. It was in 1935 that is idea of Constituent Assembly for the put forward the first time by M.N. Roy, a pioneer of communist movement in India. In 1935, the Indian National Congress, that is INC, for the first time officially demanded a Constituent Assembly for framework for the Constitution of India. In 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru, prominent leader in Indian first Prime Minister, on behalf of the INC declared that the Constitution of India must be framed without outside interference by the Constituent Assembly elected on the basis of the adult franchise. The demand was finally accepted in principle by the British government in what is known as the August Offer of 1940. In 1942, Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of the cabinet, came to India with a draft proposal of the British government on the framing of an independent Indian constitution to be adopted after the World War II. The Cripps proposals were rejected by the Muslim League, which wanted India to be divided into two autonomous states with two separate constituent assemblies. But finally, cabinet mission was sent to India. While it rejected the idea of two constituent assemblies, it put forth a scheme of constituent assembly which more or less satisfied the Muslim League. And then, what is the composition of the constituent assembly? The Muslim League has want two constituent assemblies, a separate constituent assemblies, but are later rejected. And coming to the composition of the Constituent Assembly, the Constituent Assembly was constituted in November 1946 under the scheme of formulated by the Cabinet Mission Plan. And what are the features of this Constituent Assembly? Let's start. The total strength of the Constituent Assembly was to be 389. Of these, 296 seats were to be allocated to British India. 93 seats were to princely states out of 296 seats allotted to British India. And 292 members were to be drawn from the 11 governors provinces and 4 from the 4 chief commissioner provinces, one of each. Each province and princely state were to be allotted seats in proportion to their representative population. Roughly 1 seat was to be allotted every million of population. Seats allocation to each British province were to be divided among the 3 principal communities, that is Muslims, Sikhs and General. General all except Muslim and Sikhs considered as a general category in proportion to their population. The representatives of each community were to be elected by the members of the community in the provincial legislative assembly, and voting was to be the method of proportional representation by the means of the single transferable vote. The representatives of these princely states were to be nominated by the heads of the princely state, that are governors. It is thus clear that the Constituent Assembly was to be the partly elected and partly nominated body. Moreover, the members were to be indirectly elected by the members of the provincial assemblies, who themselves were elected on the limited franchise, because the elections to the Constituent Assembly for 290 seats allotted to the British Indian provinces, were held in July-August 1946. The Indian National Congress won 208 seats. The Muslim League won 73 seats, and small groups and independent groups remaining 15 seats are won. And however, the 93 seats allotted to the princely states were not filled by the decided to stay away from the Constituent Assembly. Here is the contradiction between those systems, those committees or those people groups. Although the Constituent Assembly was not directly elected by the people of India on the basis of adult franchise, the assembly comprised representatives of all sections of the Indian society: Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Parsis, Anglo-Indians, Anglo-Christians, Indian Christians, SCs, STs, including women of these actions. These are the partition in the adult franchise to elect the Constituent Assembly. The assembly including important personalities of India that at the time with the expectation of Mahatma Gandhi like